Welcome to AI World TV, your go-to destination for everything artificial intelligence. Discover the captivating landscape of AI, where advanced technology finds real-life application. Subscribe to AI World TV for webzine articles, reports, podcasts, videos, live events, and latest trends. Hear from top industry leaders and discover how AI is transforming industries and our daily lives.
Okay, so today we are diving deep into, well, a really seismic shift happening in global economics, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely. For decades, yeah, the Middle East narrative has been all about energy reserves, oil and gas.
Right. But the source material we've got points to something totally different now. A huge calculated pivot.
Towards a new kind of asset entirely,
Yeah.
computational intelligence, AI.
And the investments we're looking at are they're on another level. They're
Yeah.
basically resetting the whole idea of what it takes to be an AI superpower.
That's exactly the mission for today's deep dive.
Yeah.
Our sources, and these are coming right from the heart of the tech world, Silicon Valley mostly.
Mm-hmm.
They show this isn't just about, buying some software off the shelf. It's way more fundamental.
It's a national strategy.
A dedicated national strategy, building the foundations, the infrastructure for mass AI adoption. They want to empower citizens, really define what's next in digital innovation.
And the context here is, well, it's critical, isn't it? This AI push isn't just for improving things locally.
No. It's framed as like the defining element for the next phase of global digital transformation.
According to the research, the goal seems to be building infrastructure that actually levels the playing field a bit, creates more digital parity between regions.
Precisely. Look, if you're already a digitally mature nation, AI is sort of the next logical step, the evolution.
Sure.
But for countries maybe less digitized right now, this is a massive jump. A calculated leapfrog, you could say.
Bypassing the old stuff.
Exactly. It's this huge investment, almost a call to action, letting them skip over legacy systems and get straight into the AI future right now.
Yeah.
Making sure they don't get left behind by, the big global data players.
Okay, let's get into the centerpiece of this whole strategy then. We're talking Saudi Arabia here and the initiative backed by the PIF.
The Public Investment Fund, yeah. Their main sovereign wealth fund. Huge financial muscle.
And they're about to unveil something called HUMAIN, a $100 billion AI company. That number just...
$100 billion. It's designed quite explicitly to put the kingdom right at the forefront, the absolute cutting edge of the global AI race.
And right at the core of this $100 billion plan is Allam.
Allam, yes. A sovereign large language model and an LLM. Developed, interestingly, under the direct patronage of HRH Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, it's positioned as the sort of national intelligence engine for HUMAIN.
Okay, the scale is one thing, $100 billion. But the timeline, this is what really gets me. Allam is supposed to launch by the end of August.
That's the plan.
I mean, to do that, we know they brought in this elite team, right? 40 PhD researchers from top global universities.
Right, tools from all over.
But still, can a foundational model built that quickly, we're talking less than a year, can it really compete? Compete with models from OpenAI, Google, places that have had years and years of data iteration? It just seems incredibly ambitious, almost too ambitious.
That's a fair point. It is incredibly aggressive. But the strategic difference maybe lies in access and, intent. Well, unlike a Silicon Valley company that's, dependent on VC funding cycles and shareholder returns, Allam has immediate, pretty much unlimited backing from the PIF.
Right. Sovereign wealth.
And crucially, direct access to high-value, protected national data, stuff that Google just can't get. And its intent isn't just general knowledge AI. It's engineered very specifically for, let's say, cultural, linguistic, and strategic dominance within the Arab world.
Okay, that focus, strategic dominance, that comes through incredibly clearly with probably the most surprising detail we found in the sources.
I think I know what you're going to say.
The accents. Allam is built to communicate in specific regional accents, not just mastering standard Arabic, but actually generating responses in Khaliji and Shami accents.
Yes, this isn't just a cool feature, is it? It's much more than a novelty. It feels like a geopolitical statement.
Explain that. How is an accent geopolitical?
Well, think about it. Building an LLM that reflects local heritage, local context, down to the way people actually speak. It changes the whole user experience, fundamentally.
It builds trust, I suppose.
Instantly. For citizens, it feels familiar, authentic. It cuts out that slight, sometimes jarring, cultural translation feel you get with Western models, even when they speak the language technically correctly.
And what does that cultural edge buy them, geopolitically speaking?
Leverage. Pure and simple. If you embed that deep local context, that cultural nuance, Allam doesn't just become the preferred tool in the region.
It becomes the standard.
It has the potential to become the standard setter. For digital communication, sure, but also potentially for things like legal interpretation, education, across the region. If you control the engine that shapes cultural context digitally, well, that gives you enormous influence over the digital lives of millions. Influence that global competitors just can't replicate easily, not without a similar massive localization effort.
Okay, so that cultural edge is powerful, but it needs serious technical muscle behind it. Let's talk specs. How does Allam actually compare to the big Western models?
Technically, it's designed to be right up there, a peer. The sources confirm Allam has 1.8 trillion parameters.
1.8 trillion. For listeners maybe not deep in AI architecture, explain why that number matters so much.
Sure. It's not just a big number for the sake of it. The parameter count basically represents the complexity of the model, the number of learned connections, patterns, data points it holds. Hitting 1.8 trillion puts it squarely in the same league, architecturally speaking, as OpenAI's latest GPT-4o.
So that's the global benchmark right now.
It's pretty much the cost of entry if you want to be seen as a top-tier AI player, yeah.
And beyond that core size, we know it's multilingual, Arabic, obviously English, but also 20-plus other global languages.
Correct. Broad linguistic capability.
But crucially, the training data is specialized. You touched on this.
Yes, and this is vital. It's trained on domain expertise specific to the region. So massive amounts of financial data, legal texts, cultural information, all tailored to the Gulf and the wider Middle East.
Okay. But you said there's something else, the real game changer compared to Western models.
Right. It's the concept of data sovereignty, baked right into the HUMAIN project from the ground up.
Data sovereignty. We hear that term a lot, but let's unpack it here. For someone used to cloud services from, say, U.S. or Chinese companies.
You are listening to the AI World Podcast, your trusted source for the latest innovations, insights, and trends in artificial intelligence, blockchain, fintech, and decentralized technologies. Each episode features expert interviews, engaging discussions, and in-depth analysis of how AI transforms industries worldwide. Stay ahead of the curve with the latest articles and exclusive reports from the AI World Journal, covering everything from emerging technologies to industry breakthroughs. For more news, global events, and access to AI World Society circle gatherings, visit us at aiworld.tv. Don't forget to subscribe to stay informed, stay connected, and be part of the AI revolution with AI World Lounge. Thank you for listening.
What does national data sovereignty mean in real strategic terms?
It boils down to control and protection. HUMAIN is set up to ensure that all national data, and that means everything from government communications, citizen health records, maybe strategic industrial data for projects like NEOM.
Sensitive stuff.
Highly sensitive stuff. It stays protected, private, because it's hosted on sovereign cloud infrastructure within Saudi Arabia's borders.
Okay, so strategically, what does that prevent?
It shields that data from foreign legal systems, from foreign data requests or subpoenas, from other countries' regulations potentially interfering.
So it's not just about user privacy, it's actually about protecting national intellectual property, too.
Exactly that. It ensures the IP embedded in that unique training data, the deep regional context that gives Allam its edge, remains under state control.
And that's critical for the planned uses, I imagine.
Absolutely non-negotiable, especially for integrating Allam with things like Saudi e-government platforms or the smart city infrastructure they're building out in NEOM. You need that security guarantee.
This level of technical ambition, this sovereign infrastructure, it obviously needs an enormous financial commitment. We mentioned the $100 billion PIF backing for HUMAIN itself.
Yeah, the headline figure.
But the sources also detail huge strategic deals happening right now. This isn't just talk.
No, the money is flowing. We've seen $23 billion in strategic tech deals already locked in, with the biggest names you'd expect. NVIDIA, AMD, AWS, Qualcomm.
So they're buying the hardware, the picks and shovels for this AI gold rush.
They are securing the computational power, the sheer muscle needed to train and run that 1.8 trillion parameter model. It's happening now.
What kind of physical infrastructure are we actually talking about to power something like Allam?
Okay, just to give you a sense of the scale, the cost of entry here. The first phase alone needs them to get their hands on 18,000 NVIDIA GB300 GPUs.
18,000. Those are the absolute top-of-the-line AI chips currently,
The
right?
cutting edge. And the power needed to run all that. It's staggering. We're talking 500 megawatts of dedicated AI compute power capacity.
500 megawatts. Let's just pause on that to put that in perspective for everyone listening. That's roughly the energy needed to power a decent-sized modern city.
Pretty much. A whole city's worth of power dedicated purely to AI computation.
They're essentially building a digital nation from the ground up alongside the physical one.
And it's not just for their own internal use, which is also interesting. The strategy includes a massive $10 billion global AI venture fund
10 billion more. For what?
dedicated to investing in AI startups and innovation globally, all around the world.
So it signals they don't just want to use AI tech, they want to actively shape the entire ecosystem worldwide.
That seems to be the play. They want a stake in the future of AI wherever it's being developed.
It's crystal clear then. This is a national strategy, full bore, to diversify the economy away from oil dependency, to build real global influence in tech, and position the kingdom as a central player, a modern force in what's arguably the defining industry of the 21st century. It's a complete economic pivot fueled by, well, seemingly unlimited capital.
And it's worth noting, this isn't all happening in a vacuum, totally isolated. The sources do point to ongoing collaborations, particularly with the United States,
Oh, on what specifically?
focused on areas like joint AI research, developing data infrastructure standards, and trying to establish frameworks for responsible AI governance.
Okay, so there's an effort towards making this digital transformation, inclusive, secure, and maybe sustainable on a global level.
That appears to be the aim, yes.
Yeah.
Finding ways to work within the global system even while building this unique sovereign capability.
What I find fascinating here is how the leaders involved seem to view the ultimate prize. It's not just about, say, making government run more efficiently.
No, the vision seems much bigger.
The sources quote one leader saying something like, "I'd love to share the same panel next year and see where we are at." There's this sense of rapid momentum.
Exactly. The real vision seems to be about fundamentally reimagining what business, government, and even society itself can become when you apply AI at this kind of national scale.
And that momentum comes from putting everything together, right? The
Right.
money, the infrastructure, the sheer ambition.
It's that convergence, capital, infrastructure, imagination. The sources emphasize this idea that the biggest breakthroughs often happen when you tackle problems that seem almost impossible, intractable.
So the approach is apply AI thoughtfully, but also courageously to try and solve some really deep-seated challenges.
That seems to be the mindset driving this incredibly aggressive push, yes. That confidence is palpable.
So for you, the listener, wrapping this up, the key takeaway from this deep dive really has to be that unique blend. It's two things working together. On one side, you've got the raw technical power, trying to reach parity, 1.8 trillion parameters, competing head-on with Silicon Valley's best.
Right, the hardware, the scale.
But on the other side, you have this incredibly deep strategic cultural specificity, that intention to speak in Khaliji and Shami accents, embedding local context, ensuring sovereign control.
That blend is precisely what makes HUMAIN potentially such a unique force on the global stage. It's not just another big tech project.
Which leads us perfectly to that final provocative thought we always like to leave people with.
Right. So the sources keep mentioning this idea that real breakthroughs come from tackling those really tough, seemingly intractable problems.
Okay.
So we have to ask ourselves, how might these massive resources and power, the computational power, the financial backing being deployed by projects like HUMAIN, how might they be uniquely positioned?
Uniquely positioned for what?
To tackle major regional or even global challenges that maybe Western models, trained mostly on Western data and cultural contexts, might have overlooked or just deemed secondary.
Like what kind of challenges?
Oh, things like, say, hyper-localized climate change impacts in arid regions, or radically improving desert agriculture efficiency, water scarcity solutions tailored to the region's specific geology, problems that need deep local data and context.
So using that sovereign data and cultural understanding for unique problem solving.
Exactly, that capability to solve unique, pressing problems, localized by culture, geography, and resources that might be the true measure of this project's global significance in the long run, beyond just the tech specs.
The future of artificial intelligence is unfolding, and it's happening at AI World Week, the flagship global event for innovation, collaboration, and transformation. This flagship global AI event is designed to connect visionary leaders, trailblazing entrepreneurs, and influential thinkers to explore the endless possibilities of AI. Experience groundbreaking technology that redefines industries and inspires progress. Join thought-provoking discussions on ethical AI, digital equity, and the transformative role of technology in our world. Build meaningful connections that catalyze innovation and drive impact. AI World Week is powered by AI World Society, a global movement dedicated to advancing AI responsibly and ensuring it serves humanity. Together, we're shaping a smarter, more inclusive, and equitable future. Continue your journey beyond the event with the AI World Journal, offering expert insights, in-depth analysis, and the latest trends shaping the AI landscape. This is your opportunity to lead, to innovate, and to transform the world with AI. AI World Week. We invite you to join us and embrace the AI revolution.